Hello everyone, this is the Great Roberto coming at you live action. Alright, Saturday, July 26th. I'm really, today I had a spoonful of my cannabis infused oil, and it's been a week since I last used any, and I think that's a good ratio. I was always wondering what the ratio would be, but I think once a week is where it's at. I think that's the magic number, at least for me. Now this time though, all I had was a small teaspoon. It was just a teaspoon, filled up with this, oil. You know what I mean? But it's in the fridge, so it does heat up a little bit more. But it wasn't excessively heated at all. This is a moderate to light heat teaspoon, and that, I tell you, man, that is more than enough to have a very, very, very adequate high. As a matter of fact, you're going to get really fucking high. Even this high, off just that much, at times, was borderline psychedelic. I mean, in the first couple times I took it, I was taking fucking heaping tablespoons of this shit. So that was way too much. No wonder I was like on the edge of something, crazy at times, where it really felt like it was tipping over into like a psychedelic experience, like that otherworldly sense of the psychedelic realms, But yeah, that's that. I'm also super fucking happy with it because I'm able to eat it now and not smoke it. Because smoking it, as I've stated, is always something that I just detest. Because I would always have that feeling that I was, hurting my body, and you are, when you do that. And that was just something that bothered me fucking to no end. But now to eat it, that takes that right out of the equation. Because this morning I went for a nice beautiful swim, and my wind's strong, everything. It just makes me so fucking happy that if I'm able to choose to indulge in a cannabis type high, I'm able to do so without, paying a heavy price for the wind effect, and that is really good. And and with that allows me to responsibly use it, like once a week. That's really, I think, a pretty good frequency. Because using it every day is, no way, that's a big fucking no. No way, that's not the way cannabis was meant to be used. And people who do, but the thing is, people who do it, some people mention to me that, oh, I smoke it every day, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Well, that's because you're fucking used to it. You get used to what smoking cannabis is like, and it's not a state you want to be in all the time, but you get used to it, and you just end up becoming that in a way. You don't even notice that there's a difference. But being someone who's gone years and years without getting stoned or anything, being fucking as sharp as you can be naturally, and you do notice a difference. So, but at the same time, marijuana, cannabis is, I think, very, very powerful when you learn how to use it correctly. And when you do, I think it opens up a powerful fucking doorway, a tool for you to really, 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 really make the most of your experience here, in this, third dimensional realm. Because one of the secrets about cannabis is surrender, to let go, because your mind will fucking tend to lock on to different weird things, and it'll, so that's why fucking the habit of daily silent mindfulness meditation is so important, because you use the skills you develop there to manage the cannabis experience, and it allows you to do so powerfully. So anytime your mind tends to want to lock on to something and become that, then that part of you that's used to being mindful and cultivating equanimity just says, oh no, that's just fucking the mind doing what it does. But that other part of you, the watcher within, just quietly watches, observes the whole scenario and drama for what it is. It just flows right through it. It's really, really good, really powerful. You know, and one of the messages of, you know, marijuana is learning how to surrender. You know, learning how to let go. And it's really important. You know, and I'm learning more every time I do it, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to be able to responsibly use this natural product in a way that, you know, serves and enhances my life and allows me to be strong in every other way. I mean, it's like managing a fucking power responsibly. You know, you're given this thing, and how do you use it? And I feel like I'm doing a really good job with it. You know. You know, so every week, you know, or every time I do this, it sort of like shines a bit more light onto it. Also, as a side note, I guess, I'm reading this book that I got in the mail. Well, I bought it. It didn't just randomly show up. But it's called The Afterlife of Billy Fingers by Annie Kagan. And it is a good book. You know, it's about, in a nutshell, and the author's pretty fucking hot too. She's sexy. You know, she's like a 40-something-year-old woman, but she's a sexy woman. You know, beautiful. It's basically about you know, her brother, who was a lot older than she was, you know, was a drug addict and all this shit, and he ended up getting killed, and then he ends up, you know, contacting her from the other side, you know, the other side of death and all that, and she tells how she's, you know, skeptical and how it plays out, and that's basically how it is. I'm almost done with it, so I don't know if there's a surprise hook at the end or what, but it's pretty good. But the reason I like it so much, and the reason why it's not just some other after you die story, is because, you know, being someone who's had experience with very, very intense psychedelic trips, I know. So you know, what is being said is sort of has a powerful resonance to it, because, like, yeah, it's like, I know, I've been there too, type of thing. You know, I know what you're talking about when they describe what's going on and the shit that happens afterwards. Like, man, I was like, I know what this means because I've seen it, you know, from my perspective in these deep psychedelic trips. And I'm, you know, believe me, if you watch my trip reports, you know that I've been pretty fucking deep. You know, and I have been really fucking deep to places that are just maddening. You know, and it's like, but hearing this perspective is like, wow, okay, it sort of makes sense what you're hearing. It sort of vibes with my own experience of taking psychedelics and knowing, sort of, you know, being there, you know, having walked down that path. I just like, wow, man, this is really, really cool. And that's what makes the story so good. Because otherwise it would just be some fucking broad. I hate that word. Oh my god, I'm spending way too much time working on this construction site, and I'm picking up the lingo, and that, I can't tell you how that fucking just mortifies me, because I hate that word, broad. You know, to refer to a woman as a broad is just, it just, in my mind, it encapsulates the height of ignorance to use language like that in reference to a woman. It's like, ah. So I am going to be very mindful to never use that word again, or any word like it. Yeah. But now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, well, yeah, it would just be a story of some woman, you know, telling a story that may or may not be made up. You know, there's no way you're ever going to fucking know. But the beauty of psychedelics is you can wrap your head around what's being said. You can say, yeah, this is possible. You know, this sort of vibes with my experience in the psychedelic realm. It's like, this fits, the puzzle pieces work together, and you understand, because in the deep psychedelic trips, you are exposed to, or at least I was, powerful, you know, realizations, and the depth of being, and the fact that there's so much we don't know, and it's just right in front of us, like, all the time anyway. But in this realm, in the perspective we're in now, we just can't see it. We can't sense it. That's really all it is. It's like it's always there. but you need a catalyst to broaden your perspective and allow you to sense what's right in front of your face all the time. And that's really powerful. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. Really quick read. I just got it Thursday, and I'm basically almost done with it. I got another, maybe 20, 30 pages left to go, and that'll be it. But so it's a really, really fast read. You'll get through it really quick. But I recommend it, especially if you're a psychonaut. If you're a user of psychedelics, I think you really want to read that book. And oh yeah, one quick thing too I want to mention is soda doping, baking soda. I've been taking a teaspoonful of baking soda every day in water. Oh, I have to go. See ya.